So in this segment, we're going to be talking about Priti Patel attacking the European Court of Human Rights, ruling on the Rwanda deportations. Now, this is pretty scandalous, especially when you've got a government that has been found recently that their improper attacks on the UK judicial system is found to be unconstitutional, or at least damages the constitution. You've got the political attorney general. And Priti Patel's really, really rubbish excuses, reasoning and arguments in this article are just phenomenal, especially when you do some basic Googling, which is Patel said the European Court of Human Rights has behaved scandalously in delivering a ruling. Now, they didn't deliver a ruling, so that's the first bit of falseness, or lies, should I say, in this article. It's an interim measure. There's a difference between a ruling, which is this, and an interim measure, which is this. Which is ridiculous, especially when she herself argued in the House of Commons that it wasn't a ruling that the ECHR gave, is an injunction. She says, I'm not an advocate for European institutions, and yet all of our institutions are inherently European because the UK, the United Kingdom, is geographically located in Europe. Yes, I understand what she's saying. No, I don't care. She's an idiot. This is about the deportations to Rwanda, which in themselves are scandalous. The ruling by the court in Strasbourg granted injunctions to 3 of the 7 men due to be deported in Rwanda under a new policy aimed at deterring illegal refugees coming to the UK, which, there's nothing illegal about it. The decision came hours before the flight to Kigali was due to depart. She said, we haven't had an actual judgment, just a press release and a letter saying we can't move this person under Rule 39. So first you talk about a ruling, and then you say we haven't had a judgment, which are pretty much the same thing, right? A judgment and a ruling. It's just ridiculous, her arguments. Patel said Rwanda's past was appalling, so why are we sending people to a country that has had recent human rights abuses and is still in the midst of rebuilding itself? Why would we send people there? It doesn't make sense. If it was France, if we were sending people to Sweden, New York, Sydney, would the critics change their mind? No, I wouldn't, because again, we shouldn't be deporting people like that. The only time we should be setting up a system is when we do some of the checks, the requirements to see if they can get asylum, can claim asylum here. And then if these other countries, these other places say, look, you have a lot of refugees on your hands, we can house them here as well until things blow over in their relative countries, etc., unless they want to stay here permanently. That's how I would do it. So these arguments they make are nonsensical. She says that actually speaks of the inbuilt prejudice, and I would even go so far as to say racism. She's saying because we want to deport them to Rwanda, we don't want people to be deported to Rwanda, we're racist. Because these other countries are white. No, these are developed countries. Sweden, New York's in America, developed place. Sydney, Australia, developed place. I wouldn't have as much of an objection if the system was set up that they would be able to claim proper asylum over there and have the living standards that they deserve as refugees. Ridiculous argument from Patel. The government claims its policy will reduce the numbers of asylum seeker boat crossings across the channel. Again, it's not going to happen because the probability is very low. This is the first one of deportation. It's 7 people they tried to deport. If you know your probability, chances are you're not going to be on one of those planes. In a letter to the Times this week, the senior leadership of the Church of England said it was an immoral policy that shames Britain. Again, I guess the Church is suddenly woke now as well. Patel questioned whether the court's decision was motivated by anti-Brexit sentiment. The ECHR don't care about Brexit. Do you know why? Because they have nothing to do with Brexit. They have nothing to do with the European Union. We signed up to the ECHR in 1951. That was before any of our membership to the EU. She says, was it politically motivated? I'm of the view it was, absolutely. And especially when you take into account this point here, that the minister's improper attacks on judges threaten the Constitution. These are the attacks they've done on the UK Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals, for example, right? And now she's attacking the ECHR, which tells you exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to pressure them into making such a decision that would go against their normal kind of processes. That's what she wants here. It's very sad, very tragic. She accused human rights lawyers of jumping on the bandwagon and using politically motivated tactics. How is appealing someone's case a politically motivated tactic? If someone's human rights are being abused, surely it should go through the courts. And if you're right, which you're claiming you are, there's no issue, is there, Patel? There isn't one, is there? She's the only one using politically motivated tactics, the irony, the projection that comes off Tories. She says, keeping people who have come here through these dangerous routes. Why are they coming here through dangerous routes, Patel? Why? because we haven't got safe points of entry, that's why. She vowed to find ways to overturn the court's ruling. I mean, again, we can't leave the ECHR because of the fact that some of the agreements we have with other countries are based in the ECHR. I think the Good Friday Agreement, which is something we'll talk about in a few days or a week or so, also has a bit about the ECHR with it contained within it. So us leaving the ECHR would jeopardise the Good Friday Agreement and would give further cause to have sanctions dropped on us by other countries. It's not like we're doing our best to not get sanctioned. She says, I think we have been quite frankly partly down to our EU membership. Again, the ECHR predates our EU membership, so you're full of rubbish. They're trying to conflate the EU with the ECHR. They're two different things. She told MPs that the government would not wait until a judicial review was heard on her Rwanda policy before making another attempt to remove the migrants. And the simple fact is, this ruling came out hours before the plane was meant to depart. This ruling came out a few hours before. So what this was, in my opinion, was a politically motivated stunt. What she did, she got all these people, bundled them onto a plane, right, forced them on, and then at the 11th hour she said, we can't do it because the ECHR, even though the ruling came hours before. The decision came hours before the flight to Killarney was due to depart. So hours before. So they knew what the ruling was. They knew there was an injunction, and I think they still went ahead with the potential deportation because they wanted this. They wanted to dramatise this as much as possible. You know, we had the people on the plane; they were ready to go, and then the damn ECHR stepped in just before the pilot could hit the switches and make it go. It's just scandalous, honestly, absolute scandal. These people are an absolute joke, and you see the difference here. This is an interim measure. That she argues there's no names on this press release. I'm not sure why that is, but on the full ruling, right, which, you know, I've got another one here. This is the full ruling. You've got a list of names here, and they're what countries they're from. So once the ECHR gives a full ruling on this, that's when we'll see the names of the people who actually made the decision, whether they can be deported or not. You know, an injunction doesn't have that. I don't know what the reasons are for that. I'm assuming the court intervened. It might have been just the majority of judges say, we want to hear this case out before they're deported, because at the end of the day, if they are deported and it turns out the UK didn't actually have the right to deport these people to Rwanda, what the hell are you going to do then? Are you going to bring them back? Because the government will try and say, no, we don't. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.